Okay, so we have strength in the center. And I mean, obviously, a lot of people think you have to be strong, you have to, put up not necessarily your dukes, but put up your strength and make sure that you can, almost grin and bear it through it all. But in all honesty, when we have the strength card, it is you have to be strong, but you have to be strong in mind, body, and spirit. And you have to do it in a way that is peaceful and can tame the beast calmly. Yes, here she is stroking the lion, and the lion is loving it, and so that is strength. If she was afraid and scared, she might try to push him away, hurt him, kill him. But it takes strength to find that equilibrium, to find that infinite energy that's flowing through us and give and receive. So that's what strength is about. Strength is about keeping yourself strong, keeping your well full so you can give to others in a capacity that is beneficial to all around. And so with the two of discs here, that's really what it's speaking of. If you see over her head, there's the infinity symbol. And then we have the infinity symbol again in the two of discs. So it's that equilibrium, that continual equilibrium that you have to always be working on. It's not just a one-time shot. It's something for the rest of your life that you have to kind of keep going in and out and find it and flow with it. So, and this also can have to do with finances, but I think it has to do with emotional, physical wealth, the wealth of your well-being, taking care of that, continually flowing in and out of that, making sure that when something's a little off, you have the ability to push forward or back to put it back in equilibrium. In the love area, we have the 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and then the 4 of Wands reversed. So if you are in a relationship, you might be at odds. Like one of you might be a little bit snippy, ready to battle. It's not like a serious, like, go to war. It's, it's a young kind of immature battle, like over dishes, or whether or not you're going to go to your grandmother's house for Thanksgiving, or, excuse me, or, to your mom's house. So it's kind of like that idea of like being snippy with one another, being like, well, that's what you told me last week and now you're changing your mind. And then the other person saying, oh, well, I never gave you an answer and now you're just putting words in my mouth. And it's that snippy. So some of you might be more so inclined to act like that. And then the other person, so this could be Gemini. I'm not getting a sense which one it is. I think some of you will be the snippy card, and then some of you will be the Cups card. And the 10 of Cups is, being completely happy with your with where you are emotionally and not mentally, but, in your heart. You are completely content. You finally have reached that level where you know what it is you want, you received what you want, and even if you didn't get it, you would still be happy. So it's like this, one person's like, and the other person's like, oh, just chill, relax, it's going to work out, we have each other, and that's all that matters kind of feeling. And so it creates kind of a disharmony in situations that are supposed to be harmonious, going to holiday parties, birthday parties, Thanksgiving, you guys are putting up the facade that everything is okay, but one of you is, kind of snipping, grumbling into the ear of your lover, and the other person's rolling their eyes and saying, oh my gosh, we have so much to be thankful for. So hopefully, you're the Cups, and you're very excited about where you are. This could also be, I'm getting the sense too with the Cups, that you just want it to work out, and so you might be a little bit passive aggressive in a way too. Like this person is ready to get into it with you, and you're going to be a little passive aggressive because you want this. You want to be the 10 of Cups, even though it's truly a facade. You know, it could be that like you're just you want the picket fence, you want the house with the husband or the wife and the 2.5 kids. And so you're willing to put up with this bombardment of immature prattle, you know, and like make it look like everything's fine. So, you know, that's not healthy. You know, have this open conversation so that you can turn this Four of Wands back upright, you know, because it's there. It has the potential to be there. When it's reversed, I always get the sense too that it's a work in progress. Like you can always turn it this way. So find the love and the joy in each other. Find the reason why you're with them and be grateful for it. Be grateful that you do have each other and that all you guys are doing is fighting over the tiny things. Because in the grand scheme of things, it's you're full of wealth and balance. Now, if you're single, I feel like you're going to be battling with yourself because you want this so bad, but you think there's something wrong with you. There isn't, okay? And you don't have to fake, oh, I'm fine being single. Oh yeah, no, everything's great. I'm so happy. Don't fake it. Actually find it. Find the strength in yourself to love yourself. Find your own balance so that you can be content with who you are without somebody. And as soon as that happens, you will realize that the 10 of Cups is already within you and you didn't need somebody to create it. But I think you're having an inner battle over that. Like, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't anyone love me? No, that's not where you need to go. Where you need to go is, what will make me happy and how will I complete that? Not somebody else. How will I make myself joyful? Where is my strength? Okay, so in the family area, we have the Knight of Swords reversed, the Page of Cups, and then the Ace of Cups. So the Knight of Swords reversed, a lot of times with the Knight of Swords, it's going in, very feisty, quick, not thinking about what they're doing and just going for it, and they'll deal with it later. And I feel like that sense with the Knight of Swords, even in reverse, but now you could be doing something, or your family could be doing something that is detrimental, and they're just going to go and do it anyways because they're not going to think about it. They just want to do. They just want to move. They just want to go forward, even if it's in the wrong direction. And then later on, it's going to be like, oh, whoa. And so the Page of Cups is, offering to slow down, to imbibe with him, to just love a little bit. The Page of Cups is like that person you always want to hug. That person who you get a hug from and you're like, that's the best hug I've ever gotten. They're sweet, they're innocent, they just believe that it's all going to work out for in the positive, and you love having them around because it feels so nice to live in rose-colored glasses sometimes. But the thing is they truly believe it. It's not a fake, oh, it'll get better. They really truly believe that, the world is love. And so this is such a yummy, sweet card. So, and they're offering this to the Knight of Swords, saying, slow down, sweetheart, slow down. I get the sense that like this is like a jolly grandpa in a way that just has that young twinkle in their eye, but has lived through a lot, but still holds on to that carefree, childlike quality. And as soon as you do slow down and you take the cup, it's going to open up your heart, and it's going to make you realize that you are beautiful, that you stand tall, and that you are in true balance of yourself. This will help you get there. So as soon as somebody offers you some eggnog, or I guess that's a little early, right? It's only November. But offers you some apple cider, take a sip and listen to their story and understand that there is so much more than just always charging through. In the career and work sector, we have the Illusion, which is also the Devil card, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Wands. Wow. This is a heavy. This is heavy. With the illusion reversed, I mean that it has a lot of time. Death has to do. I mean the devil. I said death, but I meant the devil. This is a devil card. Has to do with addiction, has to do with kind of being anal retentive, obsessive, compulsive, obsessive, just, and sometimes this can be really positive though, because sometimes you need to be a little obsessive to get things done in a quality way. And I mean, how do you think some of these major, I mean, Apple became what it was because, you know, Steve Jobs was like obsessive, you know? So there is always a positive to that, but this one is saying that you're just running, you're running and running and running and running and running, and nothing is coming of it. And so instead of, you know, delving into this obsessive nature over certain things in your career, or in your work, where you really need to be going is inward. Once again, I feel like all of this is kind of linked together. The High Priestess is saying you need to go within and you need to pay attention to your heart and your spirit and your emotions, because the High Priestess understands that you are nothing without those, and you need to understand them in order to to control them, but not control as in stifle, control as in understand them, recognize, and use it to your advantage. So instead of just obsessing, you know, this could also be, you know, an affair at work that shouldn't be going on, and that it's because you feel like you're lacking that world, you know, that love. The High Priestess is asking you to wash that away and delve into your spirit to find that love within yourself. And then we have the Knight of Wands here, and I feel like the Knight of Wands is kind of leading you to the path of the, you know, the illusion. You know, the Knight of Wands is like, let's go party. No, I totally love you. No, it's great. Like, knows how to feed your emotions, feed what it is that you're missing, so that you will go along with them on this road. And so what you really need to do is stand strong within yourself. And I wouldn't make any decisions when it comes to work in November, because I feel like you have a situation in the work and career front where it's just not clear, and it's not like the road that you need to take is not paved out for you. It doesn't make sense to you. And people are, you know, clouding you with, let's go get a drink after work. Hey, oh, here's some more pie. Look at it, I bought you a donut. You know, like things like that. Gemini. But it's not like there's a difference between being sweet about it and just being like, oh, I know you're going through a rough time, here you go. This is like to hold you down. Like, this is with vicious intent of like, okay, if she eats a whole lot, then she's not going to be as pretty as she was, or, you know, something, which is never true. You know that your beauty is from within, but this person isn't working from that realm. It's working from a very materialistic, you know, surface level. Okay. So then over in finances, we have the Ten of Swords, the Moon, and then the Queen of Discs. So you might be losing some money this month, and it could come as a surprise, and you know, kind of emotionally set you back a little bit. Like it could be a surprise that you lose this money, and then you're like, well, what do I do now? But it's okay, because we have the Queen of Cups here, which is lovely. You know, saying, yes, you lost some money. Yes, you could possibly be losing your job. You know, I see that here too with the situation with career and work. And it could really, you could feel devastated about it, but the Queen of Discs of Pentacles is right there, like offering her wealth to you. So it's really like, even if you're going through a really difficult time, and you lose something, it will start to come around, right, I would say even as, close as December. You'll start seeing a shift. But it could be a little dicey, your finances, in November. Okay. And so that could actually be, your guidance. That could be your strength is, pray to your ancestors, pray to those who came before you, those who you admire and value, because they will be right behind you, guiding you on the way. They will help you find the strength and the balance to deal with the minor issues if you have a relationship, or if you're single, finding your self-value and loving yourself first. They will help you with this illusion that is going on. They will shed the light on it so you can deal with it effectively. And yeah, over here with family, they're right here with you. They're your cup. They want you to start anew. They want you to not take this unconditional love for, it's there for you forever. Use it wisely. And, if you are going through a financial situation, it's okay.